All right, everybody, welcome back to another home launch golf video. In today's video, I'm going to do like kind of a wedge accuracy test. Since we're doing the MLM2 Pro unit and it comes with its own special technology or special ball with the RPT technology, we're actually going to do this test twice. So in today's video, I'm going to be hitting a couple of my wedges. We're going to hit the 58-degree lob wedge and then also the 50-degree approach wedge in the bag. Essentially, we're going to try to get 3 shots of data on the RPT ball, and then also 3 shots of data on the Vice Pro Plus ball that I normally play. And so in today's setup, what we're going to be doing is we're comparing the MLM2 Pro versus my Foresight GC2 device. So we're going to have the MLM2 Pro loaded into the Rapsodo range on the iPad here, and then we'll have the Foresight range on FSX Play pulled up on the laptop connected to the GC2 device. As far as the setup today in the room, we've got the MLM2 Pro laser measured at 14.5 feet from the impact screen, like we've been doing, and then this red plastic tee is to mark 8 feet lasered to the screen. So we're going to hit from there. We're going to have about 8 feet of ball flight, and then we're going to have 6.5 feet between the device and the ball. So that is kind of the minimum required specs by Rapsodo. So we've had good luck with that so far, so we're going to continue to test at that distance. All right, and so I have been testing a little bit in here between the two devices briefly, and I have noticed that I think the MLM2 Pro does maybe cause some interference with my GC2 unit, so it doesn't pick up every shot like it normally does with the other device in the room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit, probably a handful of shots with each ball and each club, but we might not, the GC2 might miss a shot here or there. So we'll go until we get at least 3 shots of comparable data where both devices picked it up, and then we'll move on to the next class. So let's jump into it today. We're indoors, so we start with the net. We are hitting the RPT ball first. Both device units are set at sea level. Choose high graphics quality, and then we'll get in here and choose lob wedge. So here's shot 1 with the 58-degree lob wedge with the RPT ball. I typically carry this club usually probably around 90 to 95 yards. So let's see what happens. Pretty good strike. It looks like both devices picked up the shot. All right, so the MLM2 Pro kind of shows it with just a slight fade, whereas I feel like the ball path, the ball flight on the Foresight kind of showed it with a little bit of a draw. All right, and then as far as carry comparison goes, the MLM2 Pro had 91 yards, and the Foresight GC2 had 88.5. So, 2.5 yards off, not terrible, not bad. All right, so let's hit another one real quick. A little bit fat on that contact. Looks like both devices picked that one up though. All right, pretty straight ball flight on the MLM2 Pro. I think we had a little bit of a draw on the Foresight as far as ball flight goes. All right, and then we had 91 yards of carry on the MLM2 Pro versus 90.5 yards of carry on the GC2. So really, really close on that shot. All right, let me make sure on this one that both LED lights are green on both devices. So we should be good here. Let's try it again. Thin contact on that one. And of course, they both picked that one up. So we had fat contact before, thin contact. So when I hit a good shot, one of them likes to ignore that apparently. All right, so it looks like we kind of have a little bit of a fade on the MLM2 Pro as far as flight path. I think we kind of had more straight flight path on the Foresight GC2 side. We had 106 carry on the MLM2 Pro there versus 102 on the Foresight GC2. All right, so now that we've hit the shots with the RPT ball, we're going to try to capture three shots on both devices with my regular on course ball, which is the Vice Pro Plus. So we'll go back into the menu so we can choose the different ball type. So we'll do net for indoor, we'll do premium ball, we'll stay at sea level and graphics quality high. And then we're going to start back off with that lob wedge at 58 degree. All right, so this is the first shot with the Vice Pro Plus ball with the 58 degree lob wedge. We'll try to, like I said before, we'll try to get 3 comparable shots between the two devices so we can compare them at the end. All right, so that one we got on both devices. All right, so MLM2 Pro had that with pretty much straight ball flight and 99 yards of carry. The Foresight GC2 had it with a little bit of a draw and 92.9 yards of carry. So obviously now you can see we're not getting a spin rate or a spin axis number with the MLM2 Pro because we're not using the RPT ball. And that is going to affect the calculation. So even in this first shot, I mean, I'm seeing that we're about 6 yards or so off. All right, so both devices picked that shot up. So that'll be our second registered shot. They both kind of show, I think, a little bit, just kind of a push to the right. Yeah, so pretty similar ball flights on that one. Had 90 yards of carry on the MLM2 Pro versus 83.7 on the Foresight. All right, GC2 did not get that one. So let's try it again here. Should be out to the right. Draw back a little bit though. All right, so that'll be our third registered shot between the two devices since they both picked it up with the Vice Pro Plus ball. So it shows a little bit of a push with the MLM2 Pro with 92 yards of carry. We had another little bit of a draw on the GC2 and it had 86.8 yards of carry. It's a 50 degree, so we'll try to get 3 measurable shots between the two devices with it. This I typically probably hit it out there about 115, 120. Should be a draw. Looks like both devices picked it up. All right, so the MLM2 Pro that time had a pretty straight ball flight path on that and 117 yards of carry, whereas the GC2, kind of more what I felt, it kind of had a little bit of a draw to it, and then it had 115.1 yards of carry, yeah, on it. So still a really close shot. We're within 2 yards. That's the first one with the 50, so let's hit another one. Should be a push draw. Yeah, both devices got it. All right, so it looks like we're still seeing a little bit of a push, kind of straight ball flight with the MLM2 Pro, and we had 116 yards of carry there, whereas we had more of kind of a little bit of a draw on the ball flight with the GC2 and the Foresight side, and it had 112.6 yards of carry. So about 3.5 yards off on that shot. So that's 2. Let's see if we can get a third one here. Felt again like another push draw. All right, so the MLM2 Pro on the third shot here, looks like it pretty much was straight again, ball flight wise, 117 yards of carry, whereas we had what I kind of felt or expected on the Foresight, a little bit of a draw with 115.2 yards of carry. So still inside of 2 yards on carry distance. It's the 50 degree with the Vice Pro Plus ball. All right, looks like both devices registered the shot that time. All right, looks like we had just slightly left, just a little bit of a draw on the MLM2 Pro on 129 yards of carry. We had more of a left draw on the Foresight GC2 at that time and 119.5 yards of carry. So yeah, on that shot, using the regular ball, we were almost off by 10 yards. All right, still trying to get the second shot to register on the GC2 with this. There we go. All right, so we got our second registered shot between both devices here. All right, so it looks like pretty much straight ball flight with a little bit of fade to it. 128 yards of carry with the MLM2 Pro. We got a little bit of a draw with the GC2, and it looked like 116.8 yards of carry there. So, again, this is another one of those shots we're about 11 yards off. Let's try to get one more shot registered here. All right, both devices did pick that one up. So this will be our third and final shot with the 50-degree wedge. All right, so we're looking at really straight ball flight on the MLM2 Pro with 131 yards of carry. Again, kind of more my natural shot. We've got a little bit of a draw on the GC2 and the Foresight with 120.6 yards of carry. So unfortunately, I mean, I think with the 50-degree wedge, it looks like we're averaging kind of close to 10 or 11 yards of distance off. You know, and at 120 to 125 yard shot, I mean, that it makes a huge difference. I mean, that's almost a full club length difference here. That's really disappointing with just using the regular ball. All right, so now that the demo portion is complete, let's kind of review the data real quick. Basically, we've got it broken down into sections. So the top two sections are me hitting those shots with the RPT ball, and then the bottom two sections are me hitting the Vice Pro Plus ball that I normally use on course with. We can quickly see that, like in the top two sections with the RPT ball and that technology with the device, we're getting a much closer average carry number. Something that's probably close enough that, you know, wouldn't justify you spending much more than what the $700 is for the MLM2 Pro to buy a unit like the GC2 or a GC3 or a BLP or even a SkyTrack Plus at this point. But the concerning thing is the bottom two sections, when I use the regular ball, I hate that the average distance is that far off on just a 120 yard shot because I don't know that that's accurate enough really to trust that. I'm hoping as we kind of go through the next couple of videos, we'll hit some mid irons, some the 7-iron and 5-iron in the next video, and then we'll do a video on driver, and hopefully this doesn't continue to creep up as ball speed and carry distance goes up. For two reasons. One, I think the accuracy being locked behind the paywall, the $199 premium subscription fee every year, kind of sucks. It kind of forces you to really pay for that just so that you can get accurate data. And then two, you know, with the RPT balls only being available on the Callaway Chrome Soft X, not everybody plays that ball. So if we could get good data with just your regular ball that you play with on course, without having to use the RPT and really without having to pay for the premium subscription, then I think that would add a lot of value to this launch monitor. All right, I want to thank y'all for tuning in and watching the video. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below for me. Like I said, I've got the iron video and the driver video I'm probably going to launch this week as well on the channel, so be on the lookout for those. If you haven't subscribed to the channel and you want to make sure you get those notifications when I do post those new videos, be sure to subscribe. Just want to thank you guys again for watching. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.